Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, Quillen Leather and Tack, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm. Hello everyone, Carl Nathy filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week as we wrap up the Saratoga meeting with a stretch duel in the Grade 1 Woodward Stakes, a determined victory by the reigning horse of the year in the Grade 2 Bernard Baruch Handicap, and the final Grade 1 race call by legendary track announcer Tom Durkin. We begin with sprinters at the Spa in the Grade 1 Forego Stakes. Clearly now the 4-5 favorite. Here's Tom Durkin with the call.
The half up in 45-1, bruising fractions here. Zebro's still in front, Weekend Hideaway is second, and clearly now draws in ever closer as the field comes to the top of the stretch. Palace is right in behind the lead, and he dives to the inside with a menacing move as they enter the final furlong, and clearly now has got a lot to do. He's dropped 5 lengths behind. In the meantime, Palace has come through and has seized the lead, and Palace is pouring it on. Vijay comes through down toward the inside, and they're coming down to the finish, and Palace dazzles here and wins by 3.5 lengths.
New York bred Palace rolls home by 3.5 over Big Business. Cornelio Velasquez aboard the OBS sales graduate in 121-4. Back-to-back Grade 1 victories at the Spa for Palace, who was claimed by his current connections for $20,000 nearly 2 years ago. Since moving to Linda Rice's barn, he's won or placed in 15 of 17 starts, including 9 stakes. The 5-year-old horse by City Zip was bred in New York by the Peter J. Callahan Revocable Trust and was a $160,000 OBS March 2-year-old. Palace's bankroll now stands at nearly $1,310,000. The winner is owned by Antonio Miuso. Darby Dan Farm Stallion Tale of Icati, a leading freshman sire by Tale of the Cat. With already 6 2-year-old winners to date, watch for his second crop of yearlings selling at Keeneland September. To Del Mar for turf fillies and mares in the Grade 2 Yellow Ribbon Handicap. Paranda, the 9-5 favorite, Trevor Denman picks up the call.
No change in the order, a half mile to go now in the Yellow Ribbon. It's still Need You Know showing the way. Cozy Up Lady right there in second, and Wishing Gate is in third. In behind that, Boonagard. Now Heat de Jour moving up between horses. On the far side, Paranda, only 3 lengths separate 6. Miss Serendipity just waiting for somewhere to run, as is Stormy Lucy. Those back two will come running once they have room. At the top of the lane, Need You Know, the leader. Taken on now by Cozy Up Lady. On the outside of that comes Wishing Gate. Paranda making a run down the center of the track. Miss Serendipity on the extreme outside, and Stormy Lucy nowhere to go. They come for home. Miss Serendipity, Paranda on the outside. Paranda, Miss Serendipity. Miss Serendipity strikes the front, and Miss Serendipity, perfectly ridden by Breeze Blanc, takes the Yellow Ribbon.
Miss Serendipity rallies from the back of the field to take it by 1.25 lengths over Paranda. Breeze Blanc aboard in 140-4. The Argentine-bred 6-year-old mare by Not For Sale reunited with Blanc, who rode her victory in the Grade 1 Gamely Stakes. She was last seen finishing 6th in the Grade 2 John C. Maybe Stakes. Another South American import for Hall of Fame trainer Ron McAnally. Miss Serendipity has earned $493,000 for Matthias Cavalieri. Back to Saratoga for the return of Wise Dan in the Grade 2 Bernard Baruch Handicap. In his first start since undergoing emergency colic surgery, the 2-time Horse of the Year sent off as the 4-5 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
Wise Dan under a light hold there by Johnny V. Down the backstretch run. The quarter was up in 23 1/5 seconds with 5 iron blazing away down the backstretch run. Half up. Strong, 46 1/5 seconds. Wise Dan is now about 7 lengths from that lead as they move into the far turn. So they have caught the front runner 5 iron. BioPro now just a length behind in second. On the outside, Syed is third. Wise Dan, 3.5 lengths from the lead with 3 furlongs to go. He's maneuvered off the inside as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. He's followed by Paris Vegas. Then Optimizer is in between horses, North Star Boy. And then Boisterous Sky Blazer swings to the clear on the outside. Top of the stretch. Wise Dan has been uncovered on the outside. He's got a furlong to go. Syed's got a short lead. 5 iron down toward the inside. Here comes Optimizer with an upset chance on the outside. Wise Dan coming down to the line, and Wise Dan has come away with the lead. Optimizer surges, and here's the wire. Wise Dan, I think he did it. I think he did it.
Wise Dan is back gamely, holding off long shot Optimizer by a nose while conceding 9 pounds to the runner-up. The winner carried 127 pounds and John Velasquez in 139 flat. The 13th victory in the last 14 races for the reigning Horse of the Year, who had not started since taking the Grade 1 Woodford Reserve Turf Classic on the Kentucky Derby card. The 7-year-old gelding by Wiseman's Ferry was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Morton Fink. Trained by Charles Lepresti, Wise Dan is closing in on $7 million in career earnings. John Velasquez with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. More racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 2 Del Mar Derby coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with sprinting 3-year-old fillies at Saratoga in the Grade 2 Prioress Stakes. Misbehavior, the 2-to-1 favorite. Tom Durkin has the call.
22-1 was the opening quarter here by Stone-tastic. Out there a length and a half. Misbehavior on the chase now. Second and neck. Southern Honey in between horses. Will try to come on through now from third. On the inside, 13 Arrows races in fourth. And then it's Tea Time, followed by Who's in Town, Sweet Whiskey, and Princess Violet, who's still about 6 from the front. They're off the turn. Stone-tastic drilled a 44 3/2 mile. Sizzling pace set by Stone-tastic, and she's still in front, and she's kicking away. Stone-tastic with a breakaway move inside the 8th pole. And then it's Misbehavior on the outside, followed by Southern Honey. And wow, what an effort from Stone-tastic. She was stone cold fantastic.
Stone-tastic draws off to defeat Misbehavior by a widening 8.5 lengths. Paco Lopez aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 108 and 4, a 105 Briz speed rating. Graded stakes placed at Churchill Downs at 2 and 3rd in Stakes Company at Gulfstream Park in her 3-year-old debut. The Kelly Breen trainee returned from a nearly 7-month layoff to score a front-running victory in an optional claimer at Monmouth Park. The filly by Mizzen Mast was bred in Kentucky by Mockmer Hall, Carey, and Craig Brogdon. A $77,000 Keeneland September yearling, Stone-tastic has earned $299,000 for Stoneway Farm.
Gio Ponte, sire of the highest-priced yearling at $500,000 at Saratoga this year. Look for his first crop yearlings at upcoming sales.
3-year-old turf horses in the Grade 2 Del Mar Derby. Enterprising going for his 3rd stakes win of the meeting, the 8-to-5 favorite. Trevor Denman picks up the call.
They head down the backstretch, and Midnight Storm the leader. Sawyer's Hill right there second, then Home Run Kitten. They're closing in on the leaders now, though. Sammy Mandeville are closer fourth. In behind that comes Flamboyant. In behind Flamboyant is Aventador. Then comes Telco. And Enterprising is still content to trail. Into the turn they go now, and it is Midnight Storm kicking on for home, tracked by Sawyer's Hill. These two are still well clear. Midnight Storm and Sawyer's Hill. They're going to have to get on their bikes to catch them now. Home Run Kitten is back in third. On the outside, Flamboyant, Enterprising, far, far back. Enterprising's last. They come for home, and it's Midnight Storm kicking away. Midnight Storm striding home powerfully. And Midnight Storm made every jumper, winning one today. Midnight Storm and Tyler Bays, very impressive in the Del Mar Derby. They win it easy.
Allowed to dictate the pace, 17-1 Midnight Storm by WinStar Farm Stallion Pioneer of the Nile takes the field gate to wire to score by 3 1/4 lengths over Sawyer's Hill. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sales graduates. Tyler Bays, the winning jockey, in 147-2. Since moving into Philip D'Amato's barn and switching to the turf, Midnight Storm is 2 for 2 during the Del Mar meeting. This was his first stakes victory. The colt was bred in Kentucky by his owners Alex Venere and Marjorie Post Dye. Midnight Storm has earned $285,000. The Spendthrift Farm Stallion of the Week is Into Mischief, sire of an amazing 17% stakes winners and 7.5% graded stakes winners, including track record-setting Grade 1 winner Golden Sense. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with Grade 1 2-year-old action coming up in this segment. We begin with juvenile turf horses at Saratoga in the Grade 2 with Anticipation Stakes. Strong Coffee, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's Tom Durkin.
International Star beginning to move up, and International Star with a 4-wide charge around the far turn. That was followed by Nutty Fuddy, and from the back of the pack, Startup Nation is cut loose. Off the inside comes Hot Tin Roof. Kutuzov has dropped back to trail. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Creaky Cricket and Startup Nation last entering the turn, and first coming out of it, it's Startup Nation, the leader at the top of the stretch. International Star full out, but now left 3 lengths behind Startup Nation, who rolls past the 8th pole, clear by 4. International Star, Nutty Fuddy, and Strong Coffee, and this is a very promising colt. Startup Nation.
Startup Nation by Spendthrift Farm Stallion Temple City draws off to defeat International Star by 4.5 lengths. Joel Rosario aboard in 141-3. A first out maiden winner against State Breds at the Spa. The Chad Brown trainee is now 2 for 2. The colt was bred in New York by Spendthrift Farm and is the first stakes winner for his sire. A $95,000 yearling, Startup Nation has earned nearly $164,000 for Klaravich Stables and William H. Lawrence. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including sire stats. 2-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 Del Mar debutante. Sunset Glow, the 9-10 favorite. Trevor Denman with the call.
They head to the half-mile pole. Siduri on the inside. Windy forecast up alongside, and Stealth Drone between them. 3 of them in a line. Now here's Sunset Glow, and Sunset Glow's going extremely well in 4th. Rider's got a hold of Sunset Glow, just waiting to pick a spot to run at them. Her Eminency is on the far side. In behind that comes Conquest Eclipse. Alongside of her comes Starlet O'Hara. In behind Starlet O'Hara, we have Dad's Princess starting to make ground on the far side, and Siduri's in there too. Top of the lane now, and on the inside we have Siduri, and now coming between them is Sunset Glow. Sunset Glow going to split horses. Her Eminency got a good run on the outside, past the 8th pole in the debutante now. And here is Sunset Glow. Her Eminency's running a huge one. On the outside, Conquest Eclipse is right there too. Sunset Glow, Her Eminency going to hit it together. Sunset Glow won the Del Mar debutante in a driving finish.
Odds-on favorite Sunset Glow holds off Her Eminency by a neck, with Conquest Eclipse 3rd for a sweep by Keeneland Sales graduates. Victor Espinosa, the winning jockey, in 123 flat. A maiden winner on turf over colts at Belmont Park. The Wesley Ward trainee has been either first or second in all 5 starts. Runner-up in the Group 3 Albany Stakes at Royal Ascot, she returned to the States to take the Grade 2 Sorrento Stakes 3 weeks earlier. The filly by exchange rate was bred in Kentucky by Gala Rankin GLR Ranch and was a $60,000 Keeneland November weanling, turned $140,000 Keeneland September yearling. Sunset Glow has earned $377,000 for Tenbreck Farm Incorporated. To Saratoga for the Grade 1 Spinaway Stakes. Angela Renee, the 6-5 favorite. Here is the farewell call by track announcer Tom Durkin.
Around the far turn, Condo Commando doing it easily, opening up a 2.5 length lead here. Ran a half in 45 and 4/5 seconds. So it's Condo Commando to catch as they come to the top of the stretch. By the Moon is chasing her. Angela Renee has dropped 7 lengths off the lead. Then farther back, it's Darling Sky, and it is Condo Commando splashing down the stretch here at the Spa, and she's all alone for the final furlong of the spinaway. And then it's By the Moon, and farther back, Angela Renee coming down to the finish. Condo Commando was splash-tastic.
And there you have it, Tom Durkin, a dominant performance by Condo Commando, by Spendthrift Farm stallion Tis Wonderful, who splashes home by 13 1/4 lengths over By the Moon. Joe Bravo up in 124 and 3. Condo Commando stepping up to Grade 1 Stakes Company after winning a $75,000 maiden claimer over the track by a dozen lengths on debut. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Spendthrift Farm and was a $72,000 Keeneland September yearling. Trained by Rudy Rodriguez, Condo Commando has earned $243,000 for Michael Dubb, Bethlehem Stables, and the Elkstone Group. The filly was consigned by Bedouin Bloodstock, agent for Spendthrift Farm, to the 2013 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Kim Valerio, agent for Mike Dubb, for $72,000. Grade 1 Spinaway Stakes winner Condo Commando, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Next from Saratoga, the Grade 1 Hopeful Stakes, Competitive Edge, the 3 to 5 favorite, John Imbrial has the call.
And it's 3 2-year-olds across the track here. Signature Cat at the rail. I Spent It in between horses, and Competitive Edge on the outside. And the 3 of them are right together as they round the far turn. They've opened up 4 lengths on Requite in 4th. It is Signature Cat. I Spent It. Now Signature Cat is dropping back as Competitive Edge goes on with it now to take over the lead. And I Spent It is in second. Requite is third. Signature Cat has dropped out of it. The half was run in 44 and 4/5 seconds. They come into the stretch in the Hopeful, and it's Competitive Edge with the lead and a furlong to the finish. Competitive Edge in front by 3 lengths now. I Spent It in second, and Requite is third. Competitive Edge makes it 2 for 2 here at the Spa. Competitive Edge, the winner by 4.5 lengths.
Competitive Edge, the winner officially by 5 3/4 over I Spent It. Both colts are from the first crop by Windstar Farm stallion Super Saver. John Velasquez, the winning jockey, in 124 flat. Competitive Edge taking on Grade 1 competition after breaking his maiden by 10 lengths on debut at the Spa. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Windstar Farm and was a $750,000 2-year-old. Trained by Todd Pletcher, Competitive Edge has earned nearly $260,000 for Nancy Favreau, Kathy Soinos, and Michael Tabor. Competitive Edge paid $330 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Coming up, a stretch duel in the Woodward. Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Saratoga for the Grade 1 Woodward Stakes. Marino at 5 to 2, a slight favorite over It's My Lucky Day. Here's the call by Tom Durkin.
And they're off. And Last Gunfighter got off to a good start, and here's Moreno and Junior Alvarado bent on the lead, and they've got it. Moreno sprints to the lead into the first turn. It's My Lucky Day, though, not far behind him. And then stablemates Long River and Romance, they're running 3rd and 4th. Toward the inside, Prayer for Relief is 5th. Last Gunfighter 6th. Norm Vegas 7th on the outside. 6 lengths from the lead. And then late running Zevo. Stefanozzi trails the field. 24 flat opening quarter mile into the backstretch. Moreno's on an uncontested lead. And he's out there by 2, but he's targeted by It's My Lucky Day, who's not going to let him get far away. He's just a length behind. Long River 3rd. Romance 4th. Prayer for Relief 5th down toward the inside. Another 3 to Last Gunfighter, still about 7 or 8 from front-running Moreno. Moreno up for the half, 47 and 2/5 seconds. The pace is a strong one, and Moreno continues to take them along It's My Lucky Day, targeting him into the far turn. Long River Romance running third and fourth. Last Gunfighter called on for run around the far turn. And Moreno is set upon by It's My Lucky Day. They have run 3/4 of a mile in 1:10 and 4, so they come to the top of the stretch. It's been Moreno in front, but he's still got a narrow lead. It's My Lucky Day is at his throat latch as they turn for home, and Prayer for Relief drives through on the inside, top of the stretch. And Moreno still desperately holding on to the lead. A resurgent It's My Lucky Day. They're shoulder to shoulder. Prayer for Relief is third. Thrilling finish in the Woodward. Never Say Die Moreno. It's My Lucky Day who won.
The co-favorites duke it out with future Spendthrift Farm Stallion It's My Lucky Day, the determined winner by half a length over Moreno. The second graded stakes victory on the card for Paco Lopez. Time of the race, 1:48 and 4, a 1:05 Riz speed rating. Runner-up in the 2013 Preakness Stakes. It's My Lucky Day had a 3-race winning streak snapped when he finished second to Moreno in the Grade 1 Whitney Handicap. The Eddie Please It trainee outfitted with blinkers for the rematch and gets his first Grade 1 victory. The 4-year-old colt by Lawyer Ron was bred in Kentucky by Liberation Farm and Brandywine Farm. A $47,000 Keeneland September yearling and a $110,000 OBS March 2-year-old, It's My Lucky Day has earned $1,662,000 for Trilogy Stable and Lori Please It. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week. Thoroughbred Week has been presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, EmpireCityBets.com, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, Quillen Leather and Tack, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.